Hi there, vinyl community. I'm sorry I haven't been all that active and updated that much. I thought I was going to do a little quick and do a little vinyl update for April, with the exception from the record fair. I said in a previous clip that I was going to separate the clips from the record fair and my other vinyl findings during the year, during this month, and I will. So here is the other things that I found during the past month. April wasn't all that good month actually. I didn't do all that much findings if you compare it to what I've shown in January or February or March. But I found some interesting stuff actually. And in the background you hear an artist that I haven't been paying that much attention to earlier. I of course heard some songs with her, but I have never been interested in her. But when I was at a second-hand store a couple of weeks ago, I got very interested in a record that I saw, and I thought to myself, why not? I'm going to try this one out. So I bought an album, a greatest album with Carole King, her greatest hits from 1978, and I liked it very, very, very much. I like her voice, I like the music, the compositions, and I also like the production very much. This is Jazzman, and I also like So Far Away very much from the Tapestry album. So no doubt about it, I'm going to start buying more Carole King records. No doubt about it. This sleeve may not look all that good, but as I said, I bought it most as a trial to see how much I would like it, and as I said, I liked it very, very much. I'm trimming down a bit. The next record, I have a little memory that Björn at 78 RPM has showed in his previous video that he made, and but I also got very interested in it when I saw it, and I like also very much Swedish comedian Lasse Eriksson. It's a comedian that has very much satire and irony in his humor, but he does it with a lot of heart and soul and very much thoughtful humor, and I like him very, very much, and I was happy to find this one, Breda Vägen, from 1987, very early Lasse Eriksson. As you can see here, the one who owned this record before has gotten this album signed and with an autograph, and he's also the forwards are written by another great Swedish comedian, Magnus Härenstam, also very interesting to read. So this one is going to be very interesting to listen to. Vinyl singles that I found, I was very happy to find this one. This is German 80s synth group Alphaville, and I have many singles with Alphaville since before. Of course, all of their big hit singles, Big in Japan, Forever Young, Sounds Like a Melody, Dance With Me, and so on. So it's a little hard to find Alphaville singles that I don't have, but I was very happy to find this one, Red Rose, from the Afternoons in Utopia album from 1986. Paid only 50 cents for that. So I was very happy to find this one. More from Germany, I think they're from Germany. This is Silent Circle, also a new wave band, with their song Stop the Rain from 1986. And as you can see, red vinyl released on Blow Up labels. I've heard this one on YouTube, I think, and I was very interested in it. In my record fair video, I showed a single with Swedish disco sisters Ili och Susie, and I also found another early single with them, Samma tid, samma plats, same time, same place. Here we have Sting, Fortress Around Your Heart, from the Dream of the Blue Turtle album from 1995. Here we have Olofsson & Falk, Swedish synth pop group, also with a lot of thoughtful lyrics. This is Någon, Anyone, with the remix by Mikael B. Tretov, the man who also remixed all of ABBA's album, and as you might remember from my Record Fair video, he also remixed an Adamant album. This was the version that was played in Sweden as a hit on the radios and so on. This month I also bought a lot of CD records for various reasons. I'm going to start off with a CD that I was very surprised to find actually. This is Michael Jackson's final studio album, Michael, the one that he worked with before his death, from 2010, and it was unsealed. It was still in plastic, not open, and it was also very, very cheap. I bought it for $1, so I was very happy to find this one. Although I may think that it's more of a finding for the fact that it's fun to have one of Michael Jackson's final albums, his final studio album, I think, if they don't find any more hidden somewhere. But I think that the music on the album was going to be not maybe Michael's best. It's done with some hip-hop artists that I'm not too interested in, Akon and 50 Cent, and I'm not a big fan of hip-hop. It's not my kind of music, so it's a fun thing to have, but I don't know if the musical quality is as great as Michael's previous albums. In my 80s pop video I also showed an album with Commando and Pig, and I was able to find this one of their final albums from 1990, The Battle of This Week. In their end of their career they shortened the name to Commando for tryout in the international market. It didn't go all that well, but still there are some great music with this band, and they are almost as good in English as in Swedish. In one second-hand store I was able to find a lot of jazz CDs, and I was very happy to find these ones. It was a second-hand store that I got in a huge pack of jazz CDs. I listened to some short peeks of these CDs just to see if how good or bad they were, if anything I should pay attention to. That means if anything I should listen to in its full length, and most of them are very interesting. Here we have Count Basie live in Switzerland from 1956. Complete concert with announcings and so on, which are the kind of live concerts I like the most, because then you get the most full concert feeling instead of some that they are toning out the applause. I don't like that at all. This is from Basel in 1956. Also contains Thad Jones on trumpet. Here we have an album that I got very interested in. Ari Shaw and his orchestra, featuring Melterme and the Meltones, and it's with strings. For You, For Me, Forevermore. This is from what little I have heard, it's a very relaxing album that I was going to listen to one day when it's sunny, laying at the balcony and just relaxing. It's a very, very smooth and relaxing album. Find a lot of Oscar Peterson. Here we have My Favorite Instrument is released on MPS from the days when they released records in Germany. This is just classics, Body and Soul, Perdido, Take the A-Train, I Should Care, and so on. It's also a solo album. It's not often that you find Oscar Peterson's solo albums, because he played it mostly with trio or more. This is going to be very interesting. More Count Basie live, New Year at Birdland. This is various clips. This is various dates, but it's very interesting. The main part of this concert are from the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, when 1953 has become 1954. So it's kind of New Year's celebration on Berlin in New York. and it's going to be very interesting album. This was a disappointment actually. Sounded very good when you read it. This is Jazz Live and Rare. Jimmy Lunsford and his orchestra, live 1939 at the Early Theatre Philadelphia, plus rare materials. But when you listen to it, uh, first of all, it didn't sound live one bit. Not in the sound. You can't hear any live sounds. No applause. They most likely cut before any audience could applaud. And it's the sound is so clean that it could almost be recorded yesterday. And call me old-fashioned, but I want a real old sounding when I listen to old jazz melodies, because you get a genuine feeling. When it's supposed to be 1939 and it sounds like it recorded last year, it doesn't excite me one bit. So this one, I'm gonna give this one another chance, but most likely will not go into the collection. Interesting here, Benny Goodman and his orchestra live at the International World Exhibition in Brussels 1958. The unissued recordings. I like Benny Goodman more of his 30s and 40s recordings, but it's Benny Goodman. I like him very, very much, and it's live, and it's also here with announcing and everything. They haven't been toning out anything, so this is going to be very interesting nonetheless. This is the only one that I listened to entirely. This is Oscar Peterson again, with the release on Mercury Compact Jazz. It tends to look like an ordinary compilation, but when I listened to it, I found it very, very, very good. It's both trio recordings and also some recordings with Clark Terry on trumpet. And I can really recommend the song Roundelay with Clark Terry and Oscar Peterson. They play so well together, and it's a funny and great melody, and really great song. So this is a very, very relaxing and great CD release, no doubt about it. So those were my findings in April, with exception from the record fair, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, you may leave a comment or subscribe, and until next time, you have a very nice continuing of the week, and see you later.